What is up, WinJet community? It is Happy Money Wednesday to everybody. Cannot wait to go over what I have in store for you today. If you're new to us and you're new to me speaking on Wednesdays, I highly suggest someone grabbing a pen and piece of paper and take notes. Today is the day. What we've been finally waiting on today has arrived, and we're ready to rock and roll. So who's excited? Who's with me? Chat box, chat box, chat box. I'm not like these other guys that we have on. I look for feedback. So whoever is sending messages inside the comments, I'm going to answer your questions right from Jump Street. So welcome to today's, I guess, WinJect Radio Live. I don't even want to call it WinJect Studios Live, but it's WinJect Radio. As you know, all the audio feed from this show goes on WinJect Radio, and it's obviously presented by WinJect Studios. Today, we're going to cover affiliate links, engagement groups, audio and video promos, sales team, Jess Lee Roadshow, Lauren Tickner Show, Impact School, giveaways for most downloads, launching shows, hosting sites, and all the influencer business resources, exclusive offers that we have to cover. So a lot to cover, guys. So message inside the chat box if you can hear me live. If you can't hear me live, do everything in your power to get your butt here live next week at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. Eastern time. I was going back in time, Carolyn. She's like laughing at me on the bottom of the screen. Going back in time. I used to do a lot of calls at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So 11 a.m. Eastern time, same bad channel, same time. So first and foremost, I want to say congratulations to all the members that we do have on board so far, because you're going to get exclusive access and early access to some of these sponsors that have invested into WinJect Studios platforms. See, if you notice on all the other lives that I do, I have my headset on, and that way I'm kind of free. Well, there's a reason why I have this microphone in front of my face today. I normally would do it when I'm on my show, The Women Effect. By the way, season 5 is live now. Nina Perez is the first episode of season 5, episode 101. Make sure you go check that out. It's probably one of the funniest episodes that I've had thus far of the show. But the reason why I have this microphone in my face is because guess what? Shure is investing 100 microphones to WinJect Studios. Same model. How we're going to be able to give these away is we're going to do a bunch of giveaways for most downloads in a week, month, 6 months, year. Also, we're going to do is for the affiliate side. If you're bringing new members to the community, it doesn't just mean for as in podcasters or content creators. It also means your listeners of shows. It's going to lead me into the audios and video promos. What's up, Dr. Aaron? What? Your show's going live in a couple of weeks. Cannot wait for that. I love that lady. She's so great. One thing real quick before I go into this, I need to highlight her real quick. One thing I loved about interviewing Dr. Erin Hudson, I met her through Jerome Myers. I spoke at a virtual event a while back. One thing I do love about her, she's actually teaching her children, she's a mother of 5, how to create and generate wealth. And that's something that's missing in today's world, especially where people are growing up and going to school, if it's private school or whatever type of school they go to. They don't teach them how to generate wealth. And that's one thing that she does. And I can't wait for your show to come out and just kind of early access what we're talked about. It's grit, courage, and hunger. What? Yes. So the engagement groups, I want to make sure that I talk about this in bringing on new members of the community. Either they're a podcaster, content creator, I don't care. They're coming on board. The next side of it is your many listeners are coming to your show, and make sure you're plugging in the audio or video, if you do video, into your episodes. Why it's important, most podcasters, I would say 90% of them, don't make any money. The reason why they don't make any money, because they are scared to ask their listeners to buy something. Is that hard? Yes. Not really if you know how to structure your formats. So structuring your formats, that's why you do small little promos. As you know, at the end of these shows, we drop the promo of WinJect Studios. You can apply that to take that audio, put it into your audio feed. That way you're driving your listeners to winject.com for them to become an exclusive member. And being a member, they're going to have access to the same information that you have access to, with all the giveaways and all the sponsorships. And also on the back end of this, they'll have access to community lives in you doing a community live and being able to do a Q&A yourself. And that's only going to increase your listenership and also open up a door and bridging that gap for engagement. Everybody wants more engagement. How do you increase more engagement? Opening the door, making it available. So that's what we're going to be doing with WinJet Studios. We're all about over exceeding expectations and operating at an optimal level. What does that mean? That means winning. My role as a CEO, my role as a founder of WinJet Studios is to put you in a position to win. And I almost said a bad word, but I am going to put you in a position to win. So sure, microphones dumping in 100 right off the bat to do a bunch of giveaways and exclusive offers for those who are utilizing the affiliate links. Where do you find the affiliate links? Of course, I'm going to get that question. Inside the system. Go inside and log into the system. You will actually sign up to become an affiliate within WinJet Studios. You'll get your own code. You'll take your code and you'll apply it to whatever you apply it to for your listeners to share it with them so you get credit for those types of enrollments. Enrollments, the main thing is not just for you to monetize. Making money is the easy part. And I know that's probably hard to say. Well, probably hard to hear for those who aren't generating any type of revenue from your show or profits. But it's really easy when you have the right method and the right mentality. When you're plugging in the audio or the video, you're driving your members and listeners to one community to open up communication and engagement. So the next part about this is the couple other sponsors that we do have that's going to be doing a lot of giveaways. We probably have around 200 to 300K worth of giveaways to break off in one quarter. So we're going to come in hot. And this is live today, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't like, hey, next week. No, this is live today. Today. So if you're not a member of WinJet Studios already, I highly suggest you going to winjet.com and rolling into either you're a content creator or a content listener. Either or, we're opening the doors. We're ready to rock and roll. Who's with me? Yes, yes? Who's excited? Everyone. All right, good stuff. So the engagement groups. Carolyn was nice enough to open up communication with the engagement groups on Slack. We were utilizing the Facebook group. I hate Facebook groups. We had some other members that come on board and no longer are with us because I just don't do well with Facebook groups because not everybody's on Facebook. You got to go where your members are at. And where are they? You need to open up that communication. Go to the website. If you go to the website, winjet.com, we do have an intercom service. And also we have the texting community to be able to text 843-396-2104. Text Chris Ross or text the name of your show. That's going to hit a keyword to put into a folder of your own specific community for us to be able to share when your episodes go live. The engagement groups are also inside of our winjet.com community or WinJet Studios community inside of Slack. I need to get a schedule when your show goes live. Most shows go live on Monday morning, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't care whatever date it ends in, why it goes live. I need to have an idea or at least a flow chart and a schedule when your show goes live. So that way we can dump it in our engagement groups. If you went through the checklist, it has it inside a checklist where you're able to change your author name. If you go to the Win-Win Effect show, if you notice on my title of my show, I put the Win-Win Effect with Chris Ross because that's the first thing that's going to pop up on SEO for be able to do different things with your search engines. The author name is just for the platform. Author name, you changing it to WinJet Studios, it's important because that's what my engagement groups are going to look at when your show goes live for them to download, stream, rate, and review. And this is already live, ladies and gentlemen, already live. So that you haven't already done so, I highly suggest you doing it. Make it happen. Most people have already been on board the community for a while now and through the beta testing, and you've already seen some growth with your downloads. Went from 100, I think it was a couple people, I'm going to name drop right now, went from 100 downloads per episode to around 2,000 downloads per episode. Phenomenal. It's a huge number. Radical transformation. So our job here and all sole purpose is to plug you into the right community and the right network for you to be able to get more exposure to share your message. Are you passionate about whatever you do for a living? Yes. Do you speak with a lot of authority? Yes. Well, if you're not plugged into the right people and the right sources, no one's going to hear you. No one. So, I mean, you got to outstretch your own limitations. And the only way to do that is looking through a different lens. Next part we're going to look at with the engagement groups is social media. As you can probably tell with WinJet was it at 𝑊inJect Studios on IG. We do reshare a bunch of things for you guys to increase the engagement with comments or likes and whatnot. That we're going to go a little bit further down the road with this. Inside of Slack and inside the engagement groups, if you're able to share with us the 1080, the little square, the square thing of your show coming out, we will post on our channel, tag you, and put it through our engagement groups organically, of course. Put it through our engagement groups to increase the engagement on every single one of your posts and with the different types of links. If you go to 𝙀𝙬𝙧 right now, if you go to your photo, if you're already a part of the community and click on your photo, that photo is going to go to PodLink. Carolyn, if you don't mind putting that somewhere on the screen, PodLink, if you go to my PodLink that I share, that PodLink, I highly suggest you claiming your show on PodLink because it does populate all the platforms that you are on, your audio stream. Could be, of course, Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and all the ones. That's one surefire way of being able to get someone access to whatever you do and whatever your show is. So if you go to 𝙀𝙬𝙧 and you click on your photo, if your image is on our show, we are featuring you already within the community. If you click on it, it does obviously populate and go to the separate page, a hyperlink for you to claim your podcast on there. And you can also custom make it. Carolyn, if you actually can share mine, I can just put it on the screen or something. Actually, no, you have right there. Yeah. If you go there at PodLink / actually, it's not the win-win effect. It's Lord Chris Ross, Carolyn. So anyways, make a long story short, if you go there, that will just one surefire way of being able to retarget and doing it through SEO to go to one-stop shop for you to get access to anything you're going to need. Next thing is the sales team. Most of you know I come from the world of sales. And when I say the word sales, what do? Most of you, because as your past experience when it comes to sales. Other people know a little bit more of my story, and I come from the trade school industry, in the education industry. Education is all about you being able to properly qualify your prospective students, enroll them into the proper programs for them to pass and review, or go through the program, complete their program, go to career services, and get placed into a job. Yes, that's success ratios. Most people don't know this about the United States, but trade schools, the reason why they get so much government funding is because they keep their accreditations. What are accreditations? Accreditations are have to pass and review a certain number. So you have to have over a 90% success ratio within your programs. That's why I'm very hard with a lot of the questions in the dialogue framework of me asking and structuring some of my questions to get to the core and the root and the nucleus of what drives people and why do they want to do things. When I properly enroll someone into a program, this is a certain skill set. This is not you can't read this in a book, a sales book. You have to be able to adopt that type of principles and understand why you're doing a certain things. When people ask me what I do for a living, it's pretty simple. I change lives. Next question. The reason why I say it that way is because that is my intention. My intention is to change lives and to polarize my energy through you to sell to everybody you know. And how I go about achieving this is different for everybody. Can't just come in and start screaming into a microphone, right? It's not going to be delivered well. But the reason why I'm talking about this overall in a bigger picture is we structured on the back end of this. I've been working with a good friend of mine and an official partner of 𝙀𝙬𝙧 Studios, Lauren Tickner. Lauren Tickner has Impact School. We are actually featuring her podcast, Impact School. Her show just went live, I think, on Monday. I think it was Grant Cardone, Tim Story, Heidi Summers, and of course myself was on the end of it. If you listen to her show, you'll hear me at the end of it, kind of like setting the tone and giving you a pre-introduction of what we're going to be doing on the back end of this. Most people know this about my story. I have set up close to around 20 to 27, 28 different types of call centers in America. The reason why I set up call centers, we're putting an in-house service for you to be able to drive your students or driving your listeners to 𝙀𝙬𝙧.com for us to enroll your students into whatever you're selling. If it aligns with our message, we're not going to sell, popsicles for you. Okay. But we'll sell a program, product, service, and good if it does align with our core message of one heartbeat, one mission, one outcome. And it does lead people to manifesting anything they want to accomplish in life. So I hope that makes sense. Yes. Chat box. No one other than Aaron is putting messages in the chat box right now. It's driving me insane. Goodness, what am I talking to myself? I can do this by myself. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Most people have jobs, jobs, or they're doing other things. So if you're watching a recording of this, you have any questions, comments, concerns, and you are in the U.S. or in Canada, text 843-396-2104 with any questions or feedback, or you can send them an email at admin@winjet.com, and my staff will be tuning in and responding to your messages. There's Nina. What? There's Nina. Love Nina. So Nina, your show just went live. I think it was probably closer around 3,000 downloads just yesterday, which is nuts. Nuts tuning in. And the whole moral of her episode was not today. We can do anything we want to do, but not today. You're not gonna get me today. So sales team, the other side of this sales team, I want you to understand that's why it's important for you to go ahead and sign up and become an affiliate within Winjet Studios, because you will get a certain commission based depending on the product, service, and good. Most of you know we got Repurpose, IO, Haney, good friend of mine, great guy. Goodness gracious. He has his system Repurpose where you're able to take one of your podcast episodes and turn it into 20 plus content pieces for you to stream on your social media. What? Is that real life? And you get 25% off. Next thing, you got DJ Doug, my man Doug. Goodness gracious. Doug Sandler. Turnkey podcast and the Nice Guy Business podcast. Man, it's just, that dude is just phenomenal. He has it. He does all our audio services for people that want to do not just good show notes, relevant show notes for you to really stand out in the marketplace. Next thing we have is Russ Johns. He does the video production. He's our official executive producer of Winjet Studios. What he is there to do, and he's also the community leader. And that's a little bit more of that towards the end of this. You see, I have my little cue cards. Make sure I don't miss anything. What he's going to be doing on the back end of this, he's knocking off over $3,000. I'm going to say it again. He's knocking over $3,000 his monthly retainer to dump back into Winjet Studios. So if you have a show right now and you only do audio and you would like to take your show mainstream and you would like to do video, here's your opportunity. Here's your opportunity. This guy has over 35 years of experience when it comes to video production and community building. He's forgotten more than I've actually know. Okay. True story. He's probably somewhere. You can comment in a minute. But that's one of the things we're obviously offering. Then we have our website developers. As you can tell with winjet.com, we've been going live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday with our official partners of Winjet Studios. The reason why we're doing this is being able to tap into certain different networks and giving you and sprinkling you a little bit more in-depth look on what's actually in store for Winjet Studios. We're not just a podcast community, guys. We're taking over. This game is called We Win, if you're willing to go with us. If not, you're going to join us eventually, either as a listener, as a podcast listener, or a podcast creator. It doesn't really matter. So you might have friends, if you are a podcaster right now, that would like to start their own show. They believe they have a good message. They want to share it with the marketplace. Great. We have all those services in the house as well. Next thing we have is Podbox, Streamlined Podcast. We have so much in store for you. It is almost, I've always done this even in board meetings when I'm structuring and brokering deals for people. And they're talking about billion-dollar companies. I put people in a position they can't tell me no. We're putting you in a position where you can't tell us no. If you want to be plugged into the right sources and doing it that moral and ethical way, then you're going to come and join us. And I can't wait to greet you. I cannot wait, because there's been so much behind the scenes that you haven't seen of what we've been building. Goodness gracious. So next thing I wanted to discuss was obviously Russ Johns being a community leader. We're spending some time on Friday cleaning up the front end of the enrollment process to ensure that, I guess I wouldn't say it's easy to consume, but it's easy to take action on the checklist. The onboarding process of what you've seen so far is not going to look like this. The website developers have everything in the back end of this. It's just amazing. Oris, my man, what's up, dude? Good stuff. Make sure you understand the process of moving forward. If you are confused or you have any questions, comments, concern, reach out to the community. That's what we're also setting up the Slack for within the community to ensure you're always going to have someone there 24/7. The texting community, 843-396-2104. Texting in any questions. If you aren't already talking about this in your show, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're shooting yourself in the foot. You should be wearing that logo as a badge of honor. I'm part of something great. We're going after something that's going to be massive. Next thing I want to talk about is the 𝙇𝙚𝙖 Roadshow. Most of you know, if you have, maybe you've been buried in the head in the sand for the last like maybe month. Her show just went live, the 𝙇𝙚𝙖 Roadshow. What we're doing is giving all her listeners and all of her fans exclusive access and a peek behind the curtain of what actually takes place with a country music star. She's going on the road here, I think in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. First couple spots, and we've already been talking about it. I'm telling you, I'm actually one of the co-hosts for that show. We're actually, the reason why I reached out to 𝙇𝙚𝙖 and Steve Virginia, my man, the reason why I reached out to them back in, I think, December, when I interviewed 𝙇𝙚𝙖, I think it was about 18 months ago for my show, got over 200-something thousand downloads. This is a way, when I started like researching podcast networks, I realized that podcast networks are set up very similar to the music industry, where it's like legal loan sharking. They'll set you up, they'll blow you up, and then if your show goes live, they're just going to reap the benefits of you, all the sponsorships on the back end. Well, when I reached out to her team and reached out to her, and I was like, I presented them an idea. Like, listen, this is what I'm going to build. Most people think I'm going to build a network. I'm not building a network. We'll end up having network signing underneath us, but it's all about Winject Studios, Winject Radio, podcasting, Winject Music, you, Winject TV will broker deals. So we're giving everybody access and an opportunity for an all-in-one educational hub to give you everything you need to turn yourself from just a podcaster and turning you into a TV star, if you're willing to do it. And the reason why we know, there's a deal going on right now with the 𝙇𝙚𝙖 Roadshow. It's a good opportunity. You might see her on cable, TLC, Netflix, something. You'll be seeing her that be coming on and popping up. We've had a couple different competitors come in the last minute, trying to broker some deals and giving some higher numbers. It is absolutely ridiculous. I'm not saying that 𝙇𝙚𝙖 was my tester, but this is exactly what we're going to be able to do for our members. And this includes, that doesn't mean just because you don't have a blue tick next to your name, and that leads me to the next point. Next side of this, we have Justin Breen. What? He only works with the top 1% of the 1% PR firm. This guy is my personal one, and we're obviously having an exclusive offer within Winject Studios if you were looking to hire a PR team to get you to the top 1%. If you're looking for articles for Forbes, Entrepreneur Magazine, Inc., Fast Company, Yahoo, whatever you need to get you more exposure, we have access to these deals and deals you can't get anywhere. And yeah, of course, you can go on Instagram right now and get hit up by somebody that said, hey, would you like to be featured in whatever? No, we're not going to feature you in dogcrap.com. We're going to get you featured and talk about the right things. May sound what is this? May sound elementary, but you have this script we can use for, yes, we do have those as well, Nina. Thank you for that question. Just asking basically, do we have a script to be able to talk about certain things within Winject Studios on their shows? Absolutely. Absolutely. We have those inside of a file. Not sure if it's on the back end of the new exclusive website with the website developers, but it's also in some type of Google Doc somewhere. I'll have to find it. I'll make sure if you send me a message today in my email, I'll make sure I'll get that to you today. So anyways, next part. Obviously, Lauren Tickner is at Impact School. Unfortunately, her show was hacked. Probably like, I don't know, it was about this time last year. Lauren Tickner is a great friend of mine. She runs Impact School. If you don't know who that is, your head's buried in the sand somewhere. So make sure you Google her. Her show just went live on Monday. Want to make sure I talk about that again. And then also the giveaways for most downloads. I will be implementing, and this is actually, will obviously change if Russ wants to change some of this approach, but I highly suggest people submitting feedback forms weekly. The reason why is we're going to put an advisor there, more of with the community leader, and obviously people working underneath them to ensure you're getting everything you need within Winject Studios and how we can be at service short-term and then long-term. So like I said before, one thing that we don't ever want to do within Winject Studios is charge a podcaster more than just a membership fee of $94. That's it. And it will be cheaper than that here moving forward once all these sponsors and all these giveaways kick in. I don't want to take away from a content creator. I'm trying to pour into a content creator and changing the game on the way has always been done. The reason why it's always been done like this, because the rich stay richer and the poor stay poorer for a reason. And it's done through structuring contracts. And I'm sure going to be filtered and will get censored at some point. So if I pop off here, they're going to be like, whoop, Chris is speaking the truth. We're trying to like change a narrative. Listen, we're going after it. We're going after it. This game is called We Win. And I cannot wait to give us the opportunity to put you in a position to win. And that's what it's all about. Hosting site. Here's the thing about the hosting sites with Podbox, and we'll have an in-house service for everything that you're going to potentially need to dump your show and get the right type of feeds, and making sure that a lot of people, if you go and pay for someone to launch your show, there's a good chance they'll try to host your show, and they'll put it through there's different types of retargeting tactics these people use. A good friend of mine, I was on her show, was it Imperfect Thriving on that one. Then she did a new show, Entrepreneurs Unstuck. Beautiful woman, inside and out. Kathleen Ely, great gal. I love her to death. She's from Alabama. She was a ex-lawyer turned psychologist in doing a lot of work with people and coaching. And it was unfortunate that she paid so much money, and I'm not going to name the person's name, but he's actually really prominent in the podcasting space. But the bigger you get, the more they get you. She dumped in so much money for them to launch her show, and then she had so much things on the back end of this, and actually Adam was trying to fix it with all the different types of coding and retargeting, and it just ruined her show. And it took the passion and the life out of her message, because like, I don't even want to do podcasting. I'm going to put it on hold for a while. So Catherine, if you're listening to this, can't wait to have you back. And this is one of the major reasons why I'm putting in so much time and energy into doing things the right way. Here's the thing about entrepreneurship that most people don't understand. When you do things the right way and you're looking at the overall outcome and only going to move when it's going to get you to the overall outcome, things might take a little time to make sure all those pieces of the puzzle are there. And when you're putting all those pieces of the puzzle, I'm anticipating what the marketplace is doing, all the moving parts. Listen, we have the right staff, we have the ability, and we are so passionate about helping you and just being at service. So whatever that's going to look like for you guys, we cannot wait. There's other things. If I missed a day, make sure that you go to winjet.com and look at everything. If you don't, you'll eventually find us again. So when all the ads and all the marketing and everything kicks in, we're trying to make sure that you understand we're not talking about something that will happen. We're talking about something that's happening today. Right now. It's live. We're just not on top of a mountain screaming it yet, because we want to give the people that are coming in and the ones that did a beta testing an opportunity to go ahead and take action now. So that way you're able to be featured, and we're giving you first dibs on all the giveaways and all the microphones and audio experiences. And there's certain events coming up that we have tickets to that we can give you access to for VIP and backroom stuff. It's just so many great things that happen. I'm just such a blessed individual, and I just can't wait to put you in a position to win overall. So if there's any questions, comments, concerns to this, text us at 843-396-2104. Or if you're in US or Canada, if you're international and you are somewhere else in the world, send us an email at admin@winjet.com. Looking forward to serving you in the best possible way. Other than that, guys, be you, be well, be great. Peace out. Much love. Hit it, Carolyn.
This broadcast is brought to you by Winjet Studios. We are an all-in-one educational platform for podcasters that revolutionizes how hosts leverage content to increase engagement with listeners, downloads, and income. We come together to focus on community, collaboration, and collective impact. For more information on how you can interact directly with our hosts, access exclusive live content with offers you can't get anywhere else from our official partners, join our purpose-driven community by visiting www.winjet.com. If you're ready to build a career doing what you